What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. Today on the table in front of us is, well, something really special. This is my, and therefore the channel's, first full custom knife. This is the Gedraitis Mini Custom Bowie, or Custom Mini Bowie, I guess is how they would say it. And this is just an amazing knife. I went and looked around online for information on this particular knife, and what I found was that it was available at one source from one place originally, because it is a one-piece, one-off, and it was $650. I didn't pay that much. In fact, I won this in a raffle on Instagram. Don't play raffles on Instagram. The outlay of money is ridiculous, but every once in a while, something fundamentally amazing happens like this. It is a little tiny knife, of that there is no doubt. But as my first full custom, I wasn't sure what to expect. Oh, it did. It came with the little zipper pouch, which is very cool. And it came with this card that says what you got. So we're going to read it right from Chuck's mouth. This is the Mini Bowie in CPM 154. It has carbon fiber scales, titanium liners and clip, and everything has been bronzed off in anodes, bronzed ano, including the standoffs, as you can see. The bronze leans almost into the purple range in places, and it is absolutely beautiful. So let's go ahead and put that back down. I don't have knives that are this expensive. I don't know how much pocket time this thing's going to get because, well, it is a custom, right? So even though I could probably get a knife that is similar size and shape, I would never be able to replace this. We're going to call this my dress-up gentleman's carry from now on. Look, I don't have knives like this, so my capacity to talk about it is limited to my experience in holding and touching customs out at places like Blade Show, both East and West. This is as good as any custom knife I have ever had in my hands. From the crown spine to the shape of the swedge to the Bowie style clip point that is here to the action, which, by the way, it isn't drop shut, but it's darn close. And that is saying a lot for a little tiny knife like this. You can thumb roll this thing open like nobody's business, of course, but you can also flick it, which means that running on this thing, it's running on bronze washers. I can see them in there. The action on this is superb, and no blade rock, no blade play, no nothing. The tolerances are astonishing. The carbon fiber fits up against the liners beautifully. There's not a nick or a scar or a divot in the carbon fiber. This is simply and straightforwardly a gorgeous pocket knife. Now, I can't tell you to go get one because you're not going to find one. And that's interesting because I don't usually do knives on the channel that you have no chance of getting. But I'm sharing this with you because I'm really happy to have it. How small is it? Well, let's put it up against our old friend, the Rat Model 2, because the Rat Model 1 would be absurd. And as you can see, the Rat Model 2 is, to me, a very small knife. This thing is considerably smaller. But here's an interesting bit of reality. Whereas the Rat Model 2 is too small for me in a way that is uncomfortable because it's just big enough here that my pinky wants for purchase but slides off. This is a perfect 3 fingers. You see that? I can grip this thing with very little, no play at all. I mean, it doesn't rock back and forth in my hand at all. With 3 fingers, it's perfect. Because of the way the carbon fiber is milled and shaped, it is very comfortable in hand. This pocket clip, which, by the way, is perfect. I don't know how much I'm going to use it because this is much more of a drop it in the pocket kind of knife, but it is, I have slipped it in and out of my jeans a couple of times here, and it slides in and out of the pocket very, very well. It's got plenty of lift, good ramp. This is a well-sorted and thought-out pocket clip, and it fits the rest of the knife just beautifully. It really does. And because it gives you a little bit of extra body back here, for me at least, when I lock this thing in with my 3 fingers, like that pocket clip actually becomes part of the grip and adds a fair amount of security to the way this thing fits in my hand. That is a really nice touch. You, of course, can choke up beautifully on the swedge up here if you're going to do draw cuts. I haven't yet, but you could. The tip is very stabby, but relatively robust. Although if you look, where's a good spot here in the camera? There we go. It does come to a really nice, fine tip. It is hollow ground, as I mentioned, which means that even though it is not a really tall blade, it's going to be very, very slicey. Interestingly enough, what this reminded me of, size-wise and sort of the hollow grind and all that, is an old Kaiser that we happen to have here in the collection. This belongs to Women Carry Knives. This is the Kaiser GTI, and these are very, very similar in overall shape and size. Although you can see the Kaiser is a little fatter, a little taller. I mean, that help. I hope. Wow, I'm stuttering a lot. Let me try that again. I hope this helps you with sort of an overall size. Let's put it up against one of my more traditionally sized knives, so we know how small this thing is. This, of course, is the A Purvis Blades Primordial Mark II. Yeah, it's a small knife. They do have very similar blades, though. I really enjoy that. Again, I really do like this Bowie shape and style of blade. I'm not going to tell you to get into custom knives, because quite frankly, I don't know yet. I do know that the fit, finish, and overall quality of this knife, the artistry that went into manufacturing it by hand by Chuck Gedraitis, is astonishing. I have yet to find a flaw, and I've been looking at this thing now for a few hours trying to, I wanted to offer you guys some insight. I don't have any beyond the fact that this is just a beautiful pocket knife. It is, really very special to me in my collection. I'm not likely to have another full custom. I don't have that kind of financial support in my life. I suppose I could sell all of my knives and buy 2 or 3, but that kind of defeats the purpose of having a good-sized collection. There are more of these over on Arizona Custom Knife, I think is the name of the website. Chuck's Knives seem to have a big presence there. There are a number of different knives in different sizes. Let me tell you something. If this is indicative of his build quality and you are looking to spend money on a custom knife, you cannot go wrong with Chuck Gedraitis. You just cannot. I have held a number of customs at places like Blade Show East and West. All of them, many of them have got really good fit and finish, but this is really something special. I guess that's about it. I don't have that much to say about it yet. I will come back and do a longer-term review on this once I've had a chance to carry it and to see how it works in the pocket. It isn't going to get a ton of pocket time, again, because I will never be able to get another one, and it's very small for me, but it will find its way into my pocket at the right time for the right reasons, and I will come back and tell you what I think, excuse me, down the road. But for now, this is the Chuck Gedraitis Custom Mini Bowie. It is 154 cm steel. It is running on bronze washers. It is all titanium and carbon fiber beyond that, and it is just a gorgeous pocket knife. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Feel free to like and subscribe. If you have any questions about this knife or any of the knives you've ever seen on my channel, feel free to ask down in the comments below. We'll see you next time.